What is good, everyone? As always, man, welcome back to Sheer Thoughts. It's your boy Chuckzz here, bro. Hope y'all doing amazing. And guys, as always, you already know who I'm with here. She needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give her one anyway. We got the lovely, the stunning, the wonderful, the fabulous Miss Sony Panda. Look at her. Oh, now you accept it. Oh, okay. Other
No,
week,
because I thought, you know, I'm gonna switch it up instead of like, shut up, Chuck. I'm
that's
gonna
what I'm
be
talking
like,
about. That's what I'm talking about. That's
queen
right.
vibe.
Get that. Okay, that's it. Someone gives it to you, be like, you goddamn right. Okay, take it. Mine. Okay. So, girl, how you doing? How's everything?
Good. Yeah, I hurt my hand at work today, but it's all right.
Ay, pero
And
Dios mío. What the?
no, shut up, because I'm holding it, and it's like, oh yeah, damn, it hurts. I need to stop doing that.
that's the
No,
worst.
yeah, but
That's like
otherwise all good.
that's like when you get cut and then you're like, what the did I? You had no idea
Yeah,
and just
when, how, who,
crazy,
but
crazy.
we're still here. It's okay. It hasn't
Yeah,
fallen off, so
I mean, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Of
yeah.
course, girl, you know I gotta ask what you rocking. What, bro? What are those? Okay, those look fire. Okay, me and Sony talked for about like 10 minutes before starting the podcast, and all I've been wondering
Yeah.
is like, yo, son, those tights look fire. What are those? Which ones are those?
Okay, so these I've actually. Oh, you know what?
Oh,
I think I reviewed these, or did either reviewed or did a promo. I can't remember now. I've got to have a look back and whatever. But I did these on my old Instagram page, and these,
okay.
yeah, so these are supposed to be like the fake Fendi, and legit, they're like fake Fendi.
Oh, okay then. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
little
I
mini
can't
review
really
for
reveal
you all.
too much about them, but yeah, they look great because everyone just thinks from afar, oh my God, are they Fendi? And it's like, no. But it's like, okay. But yeah, how about you? I see. Are you layering today? It looks like you're layering.
Yeah, it's so crazy, girl. Of course, a nylon enthusiast would notice that. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. I am layering today. It's always a little annoying though. So I'm rocking the Wolford, not Lux Nines. What were the ones that I got? Individual tens. I can't remember. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You
But
got both. That's the thing.
yeah, so I'm rocking a pair of Wolfords on the bottom pair, and then I thought I'd switch it up. I threw a pair of thigh highs on the top, which I normally throw on the bottom. I figured I'd switch it up a little bit. This one's
Nice.
rolling down though, which is super annoying. So it just there's always that one who just wants to act up, right?
Yeah.
But the annoying part is the black pair that's on top. They're an unnamed brand. They literally have no name to them. I have no idea what they are. They literally just came in a clear plastic package. Just said black. That was it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
like, all right.
yeah,
But I mean, they
yeah.
look
I
nice.
hate it.
They're not terrible. You know, the shine on them is quite fire.
No, I was gonna say it does look nice because it gives like a grey combination. It's kind
Right?
of
That's
like
what I'm
really
saying.
nice gunmetal.
Which I didn't think because I really thought with the black, like, oh, it'd be too dark on top. But I'm like, oh, that's right, but it stretches. So it gives a little interesting. Also, I will admit for like an unnamed brand, I'll give a little review. The thigh part is a little annoying because it doesn't feel like it's really like durable. So it you know, that does ruin. But the quality of these though are actually fire. I will admit they're very soft, very very nice. They feel very like if you would imagine a gloss feel, it's like that's how they feel. So they're not actually not bad. I was like, okay. I think these would be dope for like a simple outfit that you just want to add a little something to because you know like the ripped look is like a big thing. So it's like, oh, if the top of the thigh high looks a little ripped, not the end of the world. It's like it's fine, it's still rocking.
I get you. Okay, well, I like it. I'm here for it.
Thank you. I was gonna say I thought I'd switch it up. You know why not?
Yeah. Well, I like you. I like you.
But girl, I thought of something. Thought I would share something today on the podcast,
Okay.
right? So,
Okay.
in 4 days, my daughter turns 1 year old. It's unbelievable. It's wild. Oh God, it's been such a crazy journey. But I figured today I would kind of share just like what my experience has been for it, you know, because I think people don't understand like parenthood can be hard and easy and loving and difficult and so many things at once in so many ways. Like it is really crazy. So I was like, you know what, like I wanted to share like what it's been for me to be, you know, a new dad. It's been a whole year, like what it's been like. And it's so crazy, man, like to just see the development of a child. Like, you know, like I feel like people don't understand or realize that like the reason I think why people love babies and to watch and to interact with babies is because when you're a baby, you're just going through life, you're growing up, but you're not processing really anything, because you don't remember things like that. You are just going through it, and that's, that's just how it is. But the person who gets to experience that is your loved ones. It's your parents, it's your family members. So it's interesting because I literally watch my daughter every single day, and I'm just like, bro, it is unbelievable to see her head working, to see the gears spinning, just trying to I'm like, it's just fascinating because in 5-6 years, when she's 6 years old, she's just gonna fucking be, blah blah blah, like she's gonna start to understand so much more in a different way. But to see her processing just simple life things, it's like, bro, it's so crazy. It's so crazy to experience that. And it's just wild because, especially like the growth part, man, I feel like the first year is so important because it is insane to see and feel how much they grow in just a span of months. Freaking 9 months ago, she just felt like a little nugget in my arms, bro. I could just hold her. I could just hold her right here. Fits right here, no problem. Now, girl, her head is like out here. Her legs are dangling. I'm like, bro, she's a giant. She's a freaking giant. It's just ridiculous. So it's wild. So I feel like this past year has been such like obviously a life experience, but also life experience through her. Like I don't know. I'm very odd because I get fascinated of just random things. So I think one of the most fascinating things to me is, when you see a human processing something in their own way to figure something out, and watching it as a baby, it's like, that's so fascinating. Like, it's crazy because now she's getting so close to walking, like so close. And it's crazy because I was just talking to my girlfriend about it last night, and I was telling her, I was like, bro, it's wild that we weren't like trying to force her to stand up or walk too fast. We wanted her to take it at her own pace so she wouldn't like fall and hurt herself and get upset. Because I feel like if a baby is trying to walk and then all they do is fall on the floor, they're gonna be like, why do I want to walk? This shit hurts. Like, it's just something, you know what I mean? But she wound up just learning to, hey, that's an edge. I can pick myself up and use my legs to support me. And it's like, that's how she just started. And it's like, oh my God, dude, like to see her learning that and processing that and figure it out. Now that she's getting close to the walking part, it's like she's really realizing, like, hey, I could do this now without holding on to anything. But what if I do this? Like, and because she, like, her area is her play area is not the floor. Like, we have padding, of course. So when she falls, it's like, okay, this kind of hurts, but it's not terrible. So I'm okay with this. Like, I could keep doing this. I can keep pushing it. So it's oh man, it's incredible to just watch her like evolving. Like, it's unreal, man. It's so crazy. Oh God, it's such a beautiful thing.
No, I get that. I get that. And it's I mean, obviously, I can only understand it from somebody who describes it to me, and you can think like, oh yeah, well, totally. Like, especially if I've seen your kid grow up, in a sense, it's like, yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. But like, so here's a question for you then. In terms of before becoming a dad to then finding out you're becoming a dad to now obviously being a dad, what's that transition like?
So yeah, that's actually wild because it is kind of crazy because I feel like when you first find out you're going to be a dad, it's definitely like, oh shit, I have a kid coming. Like, that's wild. But you also got to remember that a lot of things can happen during the pregnancy, and a lot of things can happen leading up to the pregnancy. Like, bro, it was crazy to think that, like, it was because I'll share this. Like, it was at one point, bro, it was good for me, and then it became difficult, and that was the rough part because when from the jump, my girlfriend always told me, like, she's like, yo, like, I want kids within the next like 2 to 3 years, and I was like, okay, respect. Like, I understand that. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to disrespect that because, you are who you are. You want what you want. I'm not gonna say anything about that. So of course, being with her, I knew what I was getting myself into. So it's like, fair enough. So then when we first started trying, obviously I'm always the type of person where I try not to think the negative about things. Like, trust me, I know it's there, but I want to try to avoid it because I'm not trying to put it out there. I'm trying to put out the positivity and the goodness of it, that something will happen. That's always how I truly live. That's how I like to be. So of course she was gonna stress, like, things can happen, blah blah blah, we gotta complicate. And I'm like, I get that. I'm like, but let's start trying first. Like, let's get there first. So we started trying, and then thankfully we really didn't have to try for long. We literally started trying, and I genuinely think it was like 6 months later, it was like Rachel got pregnant. Thank God. Like, it was beautiful. And then when she told me, of course I was like, there it is. I'm like, obviously I was waiting for this, like I was waiting for this day to come. And of course the first thing that I thought was, fuck, I have a baby on the way. Like, it's when you realize that you have a responsibility like that on the way, you realize that yes, you have to make changes in your life. Not that your life shuts down. It's just that you have to start making certain changes because you have to adapt to that. That's understandable. But it sucks because real life still happens all while this is going on. So like, what, 3 months before Carmela came, I had lost my job. I was like, well, this sucks. Like, I'm like, bro, I literally have a baby on the way and now I don't have a job. Like, this is crazy. And, thankfully, because just the way things worked out, I was able to still make money and like go on or whatever, but it wasn't like the best or whatever. Then finally I was like, okay, you know what? Let me do Uber Eats. And then I was like, this could work. I don't mind driving, blah, blah, blah. And it was great. Like, I did Uber Eats for quite some time and it definitely helped. But it's just when you start to do it for a long period of time, you start to realize, like, okay, bro, like, it is a lot of wear and tear on the car. It is a shit ton of gas. Like, everything starts to add up. Extra things that you really don't want to be worrying about so much. So then finally I was like, okay, let me try to find a regular job. But it's still the fact that while all that is going on, I'm still having to take care of a child. But I think it's one of those things that once your baby is here, it literally is. You have to take day by day. You have to. Because every day something, like, it is so crazy. That baby is growing every single day. So it's like, bro, you experience something damn near new every day. Like, that's just how it is. So that's something you have to keep in mind, I feel like, because especially now that a year is gone, it always is scary to see like how fast a year can go by. But I think it's more of when you think about, okay, well, what's happened in the past year? It's like, damn, bro, I went through a lot, especially with your first kid and your first year. Because it's like, I literally, vividly remember of just like bringing her home, having to get up with her in the middle of the nights, as rough it is as it is. It's scary because there are definitely parts, well, I'll easily admit, there are definitely parts where in those first like 4 or 5 months, bro, of your baby like growing, that shit is hard because you are literally having to adapt to a very odd sleep schedule. You're having to adapt to having energy in certain parts of the day where it's like, yo, son, like, I should be resting. Like, it gets crazy. It genuinely can get crazy, and it can genuinely feel like a lot. That's something I will easily admit. Like, there were definitely nights where I am fucking exhausted. I just want to sleep, and I have to walk back and forth with her in the living room to make sure she falls back asleep. And it's like, it sucks because when you're going through life, I feel like people don't realize how selfish life is, meaning like, you got to take care of yourself. Like, once you start taking care of someone else's life, it's very different, bro. That's energy that you're not putting into yourself that you'd like to put into yourself. You have to put it into someone else, which can be hard. It can be very hard because, bro, at the end of the day, you want to worry about yourself and your life and take care of yourself. That is understandable. But when you got to take care of someone else's life, that could take a toll on you. It actually can. And I feel like you don't understand that unless you even just work in fields of taking care of other people's lives. Like, people really don't understand what it is to like be a nurse or be a caretaker or to be like, or work with special needs. Like, I worked with special needs for so many years. Like, bro, you know how hard it is where it's like, I got to worry about myself, make sure everything's going good with me. but I also got to take care of this person who cannot take care of themselves the proper way. So I have to make sure they're good. That, bro, it becomes tolling. It really does. It genuinely does. So it's like with a baby, it's different. Oh my God, is it different? It's okay. I got to deal with this, and I'm dealing with this for a long time, and I got to deal with it. There's no other way about it, you know. Like, and granted, don't get me wrong, I can see and understand why people will abandon children, as fucked up as it sounds, but I'm talking in the sense of people cannot handle kids. If they can't even handle themselves, they can't handle kids. So if you go and abandon that child, fine. But at least leave your kid somewhere in a better place, please. Do that. Do that, bro. That to me is what bothers me. Like, fine, you don't want to be a parent. You don't want to fucking be there for your kid. Fine, whatever. Be like that. Go be a dick. I don't care. Whatever. But don't let your child suffer because of that. There's no need for that. That kid can go someplace better, to have a better life, to be offered better things. There are places. Like, just do that, bro, please. And it's crazy because bro, so many nights, man, that I'm with my daughter and I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, she is like, bro, it's crazy because I feel like when you think about it, you gotta, like, bro, she's my creation. Like, you created this life. You created something to be in this world. As fucked up as this world is, your ultimate goal is to try to give them the best life that they can have. And to try to teach them, you know, the best things about life, or to be there for them in any way possible. And it's crazy because I really understand and I can see why a mother is so attached to their child, especially at birth, especially at such a young age, especially because the things that Rachel has shared with me, like how she feels, that it's like, I can genuinely see why a mother child, whether it's boy or girl, connection bond is a beautiful, wonderful thing. But it's so crazy because as a father, the only real connection you have is just being there with your child, where it's like they understand, okay, yes, this is because of course, bro, like growing up, you know, like you're trying to learn, you're trying to understand, you know, Carmela doesn't truly understand yet that I'm her father. She understands that I'm someone in her life that is there for her every single day, making her smile, taking care of her. But of course, you know, she's really, I'm sure she's starting to understand, like, okay, this is my dad. But like, you know, until you hear her saying it, you're like, okay, she understands it. Like, you know that. She knows who Rachel is from the jump. So it's like, of course, she shared a body with her. Obviously, she's going to know her better. It's just, it's one of those things, bro. So you can't argue that. You cannot deny that from a woman and a child, of that connection. That, bro, that they birthed, they homed, they took care of that child. That is a connection that no man can ever understand. No one can ever say that. Just the truth of it. So it's like, being with Carmela, it's like, it's so terrible because there are times where I'll be trying to show her love and it's like, she definitely wants her space, but you're just trying to love your child. So you're like, damn, like, did I do something wrong? Does she love me? What the fuck is going on? No, bro, those thoughts will invade you, bro. Like, I genuinely think like any man is bullshit if they tell me like, oh, I never thought that. Nah, bro. Like, if you're like, it's sadly, if you have that type of personality where sometimes I do, and you could be so negative on yourself, sometimes you be wondering like, damn, bro, like, does my daughter love me? Like, cause you gotta always remember that connection to the mother is one thing you can't beat, but it is so crazy because then I feel like once the kid starts to grow, that's when they truly start to see like, oh, my father is like my provider, my protector, you know, my knight, you know, my supporter. Like, that's how they start to understand that. So it's so difficult, like in that first year where you're like, I'll be holding her and she's crying or she's upset, and then Rachel will hold her and totally fine, and I'm like, I couldn't calm her down. Like, fuck, bro. And it starts to affect you. It genuinely starts to affect you, bro, because it's such a hard feeling to be like, because it's true, bro. It takes a man and a woman, or, you know, whatever you want to say, you know, people are, to create a child, whatever it is, you know what it is, to create that child, to bring it into this world. That connection with the mother is one thing, but, you know, as a man, you're always going to remember, bro, like, you are part of me. I am one
Yeah.
half of the equation to make you this creation into this world. That it's like I literally sit there at times just looking at Carmela, and I sometimes be thinking like, bro, how much are you gonna be like me? Like, you're gonna
Yeah.
have your mother's tendencies, you're gonna be like your mother in so many ways, but what are you gonna take from me? And that's always something that I think about, because for me, one big thing I want her to take away from me is, no matter how difficult life can be, my dad always pushed through to succeed in the way that he truly believed he could. And that's
Yeah.
something I want her to take away. To always be able to say, like, you know what, bro? My dad made it in life in his way, the way he wanted to make it, and he didn't let anything stop him. And he didn't give a fuck about what anyone thought. And I want her to take that admiration from me to push forward and succeed in whatever she wants to do. I will always support her no matter what. Because at the end of the day, bro, I truly do believe everyone should have a support system if they're doing something. It don't matter who it is, bro. You have that one bit of support from someone, trust me, that support goes a long way. It really fucking does, bro. It's crazy, man. So it's just like, dude, this past year has just been so many ups and downs. Especially the worst thing, bro, is taking your baby to the doctor and they get shots.
Oh, yeah.
Those cries and those screams are the most like painful things to feel, because you're just like,
go right through you.
oh god, dude, it's such a painful experience, because you know, baby, it's gonna pass, it's okay, but in that moment you're like, I'm sorry, like, please stop. I just want to love you, please stop it, it's okay,
And I
it's all
suppose
right.
the thing is, like, because they don't know what's going on, whereas we know exactly, but it's just like we can't explain to them, like, look, you've got to have this. Because
Bro,
all
and
they think is, oh my God, you're jabbing me.
bro, and that's what
But
I'm saying, because the first time Carmela went to the doctor, all right, she's there, she doesn't know what's going on. By the third time, she looked this bitch in the eyes and was like, I know you, and just started getting upset. I was like, no.
oh, oh,
I was like,
bless.
fuck, she's learning. She's like, I know you.
Oh,
You the lady who does things to me that I do not like. Do not poke me. Stop it. This should be hurt, bro.
God.
Cause you be looking at the needles and you're like, ow. Like, that would hurt me. Like, like, I feel terrible, bro. Like, it's so bad. You just feel so terrible. That's the one thing I hate. Hearing, and it's true, because when you care about a child so much, bro, like I said, you care about that child because that is your creation into this life. You want to give them the best life possible. You want to, raise them right. You want to teach them right. You want to be able to have them survive in this world the best way possible, any way they want. That it's like, always thinking about that. It's like, because you care about your child so much, like I said, I'm very empathetic. It's already painful to see other people go through suffering or through pain or whatever, because it's like, bro, I'm not experiencing that. So I'm blessed enough to not be experiencing that I'm sorry that you are. It sucks. So of course, seeing your child go through it, it's like, it's a terrible feeling. It's a terrible fucking feeling. It really is. There's no other way of putting it. It's a terrible feeling.
No, I understand that. I totally understand that. God. Kids are something so unreal.
Kids will mess you up, man. Kids will make you think about so many things. Kids will make you fucking want to make sure you be a better person, and like I said, if you want to be there for them, if you want to be that person, that's what I mean. It's not the easiest thing. It honestly will have its ups and downs, its hard ass moments. It will. I'm not gonna bullshit anyone on that. But if you're willing to go through all that, you will have some of the most beautiful moments ever to experience with a child. Especially now that she's gonna hit a year, like, she can now start to experience a little bit more things. Oh God, dude, She went on a cruise months ago when we went on the cruise, and that was like her first time going on vacation. That was obviously overwhelming, because it's like, whoa, who are all these people? What is this location? What are we doing? Now that she's getting older, it's going to be a different experience. So I'm very excited to see how different she's going to now look at things, process things, like really start paying attention to the extra details that she didn't pay attention to before. Like, I can't wait, bro. I'm so excited for that. I really am.
Oh man.
That's gonna be fun.
It's nice to hear though. Like you know what? It's nice to hear about kids growing up, and obviously everyone has their own journey with it. And I think it's like how you said, it's like trying to be frank about it. It's like you're either going to be there or you're not. Do you know what I mean? But it is just because it is like when you said it, it's like it's very much yin and yang, isn't it? It's like you've got to go through all the hardship to kind of reap the rewards in a sense. But
Exactly. Like cause I'll easily admit, bro. Like cause I always said that when I have kids, I knew when I was ready to have kids, it's because I was ready to be with that person for a very very long time, to raise a life with them, to be there together, to be that support system, to be a team. And the main reason why was because, I grew up without a dad. I didn't have a dad in my life, and I knew
Mhm.
of him, but I never really ever really spoke to him. So
Yeah.
literally, the women in my life were the strongest figures in my life. Like I always tell people, like, people don't even understand, bro. Like, and I always made the joke. Growing up, they'd be like, "Oh, Chuck's a mama's boy. Have you met my mother? She would kill you. She has no problem killing me.
Yeah.
She'd kill you." Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, you don't know my mother. You won't call me a mama's boy. Yeah, son, I'm trying to be on my mother's good side. I'm not trying to deal with her on the negative side. No,
Yeah.
I'm good. Because guess what? You ain't dealing with it. I'm the one dealing with it. It ain't you. Like, it's terrible. Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so bad. I love my mother to death, don't get me wrong, but she is one of the most strongest women I've ever known in my life. And I mean, in many different ways. Like,
Mm.
my mom is not someone you fuck with. Like, genuinely, I have, and the reason why I have so much respect for my mother is because, bro, I've seen my mother bust her ass and work and do the things she's had to do in her life to take care of me, to help my
Yeah.
family, but not be a pushover, to be a
Mm.
strong, independent woman, to be in a job that it's like, no, motherfucker, you gonna listen to me. Like, okay. Like, it's crazy. Like, bro, my favorite thing ever is that my mom did insurance for years. She still does insurance, right? So, and this woman be doing some research that, like, she'll get you a deal that it's like, excuse me, I'm only paying how much? Like, I don't know how she does it, but she knows how to do it, man. That's just how she is. And she's so
Yeah.
smart at that. Like, she really is so smart at that because she's done it for so long that she was like, well, if I'm going to do this, I might as well learn all the things about it. That it's like, well, damn, like,
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
Um, and I remember my mom like years ago when I was in like middle school, middle school. My mom worked at this insurance agency. She started off at the bottom. I think within like a year or two, she was the owner's right hand man. Like,
Wow.
and literally, that's just my mother busting her ass.
Yeah.
She ain't doing no shady shit. She ain't bullshitting. No, my mom is there to be like, I'm here to do my job. Y'all gonna pay me. You want me to do more? Pay me more. Like,
Mm.
that's it. That's all it is. And like I said, bro, my mother, she busts her ass at her job, bro. There's no other way of putting it, bro. My mother is one of the most hardest working people, and I think that's generally where I get my work ethic from. That it's like, I don't care what the job is. You want to pay me? I'll do the job. Would I like more
Mm.
money? Sure. But maybe we could discuss that in some time. If I truly do think like, hey, bro, I think I deserve a raise. And I have no
Yeah.
problem saying
Yeah.
that because, trust me, I'm the one doing the work. If I truly do believe, and that's the thing about it too, like, bro, like a lot of, like, that's what makes me laugh with this new generation that they want to work, but then they complain about the work, but then it's like, son, but you're getting
Yeah.
paid well. Like, I don't understand what more you want. Like, I
Yeah.
get it that like the times suck, but understand you still need certain qualifications to get a better paying job. That's just how it is. That's just how it's always going to be, realistically. So it's just
Mm.
crazy at times. But that's the thing, bro. I always got like the work ethic from my mom that I was like, bro, like if I'm getting paid for a job, I'm going to do my job. That's my thing. I'm doing my job. That's the most important thing I'm doing.
Mm.
And that's what I want to teach Carmela is that, like, bro, if you go into a job, you go in there, you do your job, make sure your job is done. That's it. Handle your job.
Yeah.
If some other bullshit comes up, whatever, okay, fine, deal with it. But no one can ever say that you're not doing your job.
Mm.
I'm doing my job. That's it.
No, I get that. I get that.
I feel like that's something that so many people just like kind of don't understand, which is like, it bothers me sometimes because I'm just kind of like, and it's funny because I don't know what it is, bro, but I remember when I was younger, bro, if you were like 16 and had a job, that was like dope. It was like,
Yeah.
yo, son, I'm 16 getting paid. Like, yeah, you still got to be in school, whatever. But it's like, but I'm still making money.
Yeah.
It's like these 19 or 20-year-olds are like, oh, gotta work. Bitch, you don't want money? My man, you don't want money? Like, you gotta do it to make the money. I hope you realize that. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, what is this? Like, you think you literally just gonna say, because I feel like, because it's true, this generation doesn't understand all these people be sitting around in front of the computer and make money. That's still putting in the work. Like, how do you not understand that? That's still, bro, you think content creators are literally just sitting there talking in front of a camera and then they're just getting paid. Bro, so many people really don't, even if a content creator has an editor, it's still the fact that you have to sit there and create the content. How do you not process that? I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Because I don't know, bro. To me, it's more of like, I don't know. It's just more of like, bro, like show your work ethic. If you're not going to be, like I said, bro, if you're not going to do your job, because I feel like people be like, oh, but I do my job. Okay, but understand the work pace then of the job. You have to also understand how the pace of the job. And that's another thing I think people don't realize, that I think that's what a lot of people think, that, well, yeah, well, I'm working. I understand you working, but you're not working. You're just here at work. You're not working. That's the difference. You know, and like I said, don't get me wrong. Do your job the way you want to do it, but just do your job. But, bro, there's going to be times, depending on the job, where you're going to have to pick up the pace. Let's go. Like, it's not like that it's like this every day, you know, but on the days that we have to be like this, come on, son, let me see a little bit more effort, please. Yeah. And best believe people want to be like, oh, but that doesn't pay off, blah, blah, blah. Son, eventually it does. Because that I feel like that goes to show that, like, you know what, bro, like, he really was helping. He was still here, or she was still here. She was still putting that effort. She was still supporting. He was still supporting. Bro, then at that point, trust me, managerial staff is going to be like, you know what, bro, appreciate you. Thank you. Like, here's something. And granted, if you work at a job that is really not like that, then that kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week about fucking the job. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, people just don't understand that shit. And it's like, come on, man. Like, but bro, you really want to, I feel like a lot of people want to say, no, but I have a job. Okay, but you have a job, but are you really working? I think that's just what it is. You know? Are you at work or are you working? There's a difference. I know people who work, bro. And even if it doesn't even, because this is the other thing that people don't understand, bro. Like, if you want to be a content creator, people don't understand that when you start creating content, you're not making shit. You're literally doing it for no pay. You're doing it because you love to do it. That's what it's. That's why I always tell people, like, if you're trying to stream or go into streaming or content creating just to make money, there are different ways to do that. Go ahead. But if you're literally trying to be a content creator, people do it because they love to do it. That's pretty much what it is. They enjoy what they're doing. And that's why I want to be a content creator, like / streamer, because I love to do it. I always tell people, bro, I love video games. I love great conversations. Why not mix both? Like,
yeah, no, true. And I think that's the thing. It's like hitting the nail on the head. It's like you've got to have a passion for it, because that's going to be your drive to get you to a place where you make money from it. Without that, you can't see it as, oh, I'm just going to go in and do it and not have this love and passion for it. And you think, well, you might as well just be a robot. It's just, right. I do really agree with you. I think, now in this day and age, it is very much what's the quickest, easiest way to make money, rather than having to actually put the work and the graft in. What's the easiest way, to make the quick buck, to then be like, oh, okay, I'm on my way to being a millionaire. Where it's like, how do you think millionaires got there in the first place? Yes, some people worked hard, but some people actually worked very smartly and like not as hard. But then that's what I mean. You've got to either have both or like be like the most smartest person in the world to get there. But
like, it makes me laugh when you hear the people to be like, oh my God, this person made this and got all this money. Psh, that's so stupid. So then why didn't you think of it? Like, bro, sometimes it's one of those things where I be telling people, like, bro, if you ever have an idea, if you ever like, look into it, bro. You never know. You never know, man. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, not saying you got to be some genius creator, bro. There's so many things out there that people just create or do that they're like, hey, let me just try it this way. You never know what comes from it, bro. I think one of the one of the most dopest. It genuinely is. Like, to me, it's just fascinating. One of my boys is an artist, and he's a painter, and he paints these anime paintings, but in such a unique, dope way that I'm like, bro, this shit is hard. That I told him, like, have you looked into the Japanese art selling market? I'm like, this shit would sell, bro. And it's fascinating because everything's by hand. The concept is dope because the whole thing is, if you read manga, if you read comics, the comic strips, how they look. He'll take a page of a manga, he'll blow it up, he'll get it printed onto a canvas, and then he paints the character over the comic, like, background.
Yeah.
But then, like, the white in the eyes, the yellow on the hair, you can still see the comics in the background. So it's like, it's so dope to me. I'm like, bro, that's such a dope concept.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's so sick. So I'm always like, bro, and I'm always telling him, like, because he looks to sell them, but I'm like, bro, you got to be selling to the right market. I was like, reach out to these Asian countries. They would eat this shit up. And it's great because he loves to do it. So it's like, bro, you mean to tell me that he gets to just create a painting whenever he wants and gets paid for it, and he loves to paint? What more can you ask for?
No, exactly.
Because I remember when I spoke to him one day about it, he's like, oh, I've never looked into that. I'm like, I'm surprised you didn't think of that. Just because I'm like, you know, if you read manga, you know that shit is huge out there. In this day and age, I'm sure there's got to be a way that you could be able to sell out there. Some sort of way, bro.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I love that I gave him that idea, because then it's like, bro, like, maybe you didn't think of it, but I thought of it, that I'm like, please take it. Like, hell yeah. Like, that's dope, bro. Like, why not, bro? That could be so beneficial for you. That'd be amazing. It'd be so dope, bro. And that's the other thing too. I feel like people don't understand. I think people work to get to. I think people like to try to live in the moment so much that that's why they want to make the whole money now. But then it's like, bro, you also got to understand, you got to live life. Like, not saying like, oh, you can't enjoy life in the moment right now, but still understand you still got to do things in life. You still got to go through life. That just enjoy that journey. Go through that whole journey any way you need to, bro. Like, that's just how it is. That's why people really don't understand, when you start content creating, people don't start noticing these content creators until they've been in the game for like 5-6 years. Like they, oh, where's this guy been? He's been here. You just didn't see him. Like, it's crazy.
No, I get that.
It's so wild.
No, I do get that.
It's a lot of work, bro. People really don't understand that. For content creator, especially because if you want to try to be a content creator that wants to stand out, then you have to be unique. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, the content that we have a podcast. Yes, there are hundreds of other podcasts out there, but at the end of the day, you're obviously listening to those podcasts for certain reasons. You'll obviously listen to us for our reasons, So that's why I always say, bro, like, I literally listen to like 6 different podcasts, all for 6 different reasons. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, bro, like, I'm still enjoying and supporting all these other ones, like, there's nothing wrong with that, so that's why it's like, you can have a niche for so many different things. Like, people don't realize that, bro. Like, so that's why I always tell people, I'm like, I always say there's a video game for everyone. And I always tell people, like, if you wanted to try to get into streaming, bro, play a game you enjoy. Play something you like. Like, if you just go and play something just to try to get views, it not necessarily always goes that way. Because it's like, unless I personally believe, bro, I'd much rather enjoy something than just honestly do it for the money. I'm so serious. Because if I'm not enjoying it, eventually it's not worth it. It's the truth of it. That's for me. For other people, it could be different. But for me, it's like, oh, do this and you'll make money. Cool. But am I enjoying it? That genuinely bothers me. I cannot live my life saying, oh, fine, I'm making this money, but not enjoying what I'm doing. That is what bothers. That's why I always tell people, like, with my dancing, bro, like, bro, I dance for myself. I love to battle, but I dance for myself. I don't give a fuck about what anyone else thinks. I'm feeling the music in my way and expressing it in my way. That's what's more important to me. That's it. So many people be like, oh, do a head spin. You do one. That shit ain't easy. The fuck? Like, go ahead. You do it. You tell me to do it. I'm dancing my own way. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. That's how it is for me.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
I sometimes be wondering, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I always wonder how Miss Sony was back in the day with her dancing. You guys imagine her in the club?
You know what? It's been that long since I've actually like gone out clubbing.
I hope you realize that when you come out here, we going out. We
Wow.
going out. We got some spots out here. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
To be fair, literally, I can't remember the last time we went clubbing. It was that long ago. Because I prefer barring than clubbing now.
Fair
Well,
enough,
even then, I don't even go barring as much because I don't even flip and drink. But yeah,
fair enough.
yeah.
I hear you. I mean, for me, it's always like I'll still go out, but I'm literally going out to a targeted place because I'm just going to dance. Like it's not even like, oh, I'm gonna go party. No, I just want to go dance. That's always what I tell people.
Yeah.
I'm just here to dance. Leave me alone. Hey, here for a good time. Vibe out to the good music. That's it. I don't care. That's it.
No, I hear that. I hear that.
But now, when you come out here, we definitely gonna go out. We're gonna check out some spots. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, no, sounds like a plan.
Especially because when I go back out to England, I really do want to check out spots out there. I really didn't get a chance to check out the nightlife, especially in London. I would genuinely love to just kind of see how it is.
Yeah, you and me both.
So then where would you like go out? That way, wait, what? Actually, then again, you guys have bars or pubs, I should say, everywhere.
Honestly, Chuckzz, even in terms of barring and stuff, I can't remember the last time I did it. It's been a few years.
Damn.
Yeah. But it's also part and parcel of life, and at the end of the day, you've got like now it's like I kind of prefer a nice evening at home.
Nah, yeah, it's different, bro. It's definitely
Do you know what I mean? It's like your responsibilities change. Like you just change. Where it's like when I was 21, you best believe all I wanted to do was be out.
Of course,
and
bro.
drink.
That's what I think people don't understand. I think people don't understand that like that's what like now that I'm in my 30s, like I literally look at people who I know in their 20s and I look at them, I just go, yo, bro, don't stress your 20s. Live your life, have your fun, just be safe. That's it. Take those 20s, those early 20s, and use that experience for your future. Bro, the one big difference I say between the 20s and the 30s is when I go out of my 20s, I'm going to wake up the next day hungover, but still rallying, but fucking broke. When I wake up in my 30s, I don't feel as bad, and I still got money. That's the difference, bro. You can still, bro, you can realistically go out and have fun at any fucking age. The only difference is you just enjoy it in a different way. That's all it is.
Yes.
That's all it is, bro. Yeah. Come on, son. Do you know how many fucking times I see 60-year-olds on dates and I'm like, I love them. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You're like, they're so cute. And you're like, oh, I remember doing that when I was like 18. And you're like, oh, you think it's like the be all end all. And it's so, like, it literally feels like you're in a movie. And then you're like, when you get into your 30s, you're like, yeah, okay.
You're like, this shit is not what I thought.
Yeah. It's a whole different spin. Like love in your 20s is so different to love in your 30s, and then in your 40s and 50s.
It's wild. It's so different. It's so
honestly, yeah.
God.
Crazy.
So different. Oh man. But man, this was a good episode. This is fun. This is great. This is great. So guys, just so you guys know, for next week, we're not gonna have an episode. Sony's gonna be busy doing some stuff. I actually have a couple things I gotta do myself too. So we have adulting things to do. So there won't be an episode next week, but the following week there also won't be an episode, but there's gonna be special something coming. So you guys just gonna have to wait and see. We're very excited to announce it. So of course, as always, we hope we have y'all's support. And listen, guys, we hope you enjoyed the episode, man. We always appreciate y'all. We always love y'all. And truly, man, we're still watching this growth. It's just an amazing thing. We're closing in on 1,000 downloads of the podcast. So it's like, it's just unbelievable to think like where it's going. And it's thanks to you guys, man. So thank you all so much. So yeah, we'll see you guys then in about 3 weeks. We'll miss y'all, of course. We'll be thinking about y'all, man. But stay tuned, because like I said, we got something coming in about 2 weeks time. So we'll announce it pretty soon. So until then, guys, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, guys.